Of course, fucking of course. I wasn't asking, I was telling.
Man, night off, yeah. How that start though? It started. I knew, I guess DJ Brainchild. I met him just as a person on OK Player that I would chat with on AIM or just on the boards, and I also met Don Will from my group, Tanya Morgan. He was up there too as Don Will. And these were two people I would talk to a lot. Me and Don never talked about music. It's funny because we in a group now, but we never used to talk about music. It would be girls or just regular stuff. And I knew Brainchild, and Brainchild, I guess maybe he knew Fonte. I didn't really know. I didn't really know him like that. I just knew he was a dude on the boards. I knew this other dude named Eccentric. And Eccentric made a post on OK Player about how you could make music using your computer. And I never knew about that at all. I just thought you need an MPC, some turntables, some studio time, and all of that. Eccentric and a cat named Crucial out of Belgium, they both were like, yo, what you need is you get this program called Hammerhead. It wasn't even Fruity Loops or none of that back then. It was like this program called Hammerhead. And it took so long to make a beat with that. I started investigating on my own. Once I knew it was possible, I started looking into it to see what else was out there. Then I went back like, yo, Eccentric, you need to use this joint called Fruity Loops. Go get that. That Fruity Loops joint is hot. So he started using that. He disappeared for a few months, came back, and they just was an army. And I'm not saying I didn't start the army or nothing like that. That's not what I'm implying, but I sent him in with the Fruity Loops, and then he sent it to like Ninth Wonder and Crisis, and they just got so crazy with it that they made it happen. And if they wouldn't have did that, I would have never taken it serious to make music, because I still thought even then, okay, I can make these little demos on my computer, but I can't make a real song on my computer. And they was like, nah, we just made a whole album. It's called The Listening, and now it's a classic. And that was really set it off. But it all started because of Brainchild, DJ Brainchild, and Eccentric. It started because of them. I started making my songs, inspired by The Listening, inspired by Little Brother. And I didn't have anybody to really listen to it. But Don Will was like, yo, you my boy in the internet world. You my homeboy. Send me, put your cassette or whatever you're going to do. Send it to me. I didn't have a CD burner. I figured out a way to plug up my cassette recorder to the computer, and I just taped my MP3s on a cassette. And he actually had to send me a burned CD of my own album because I just didn't have one. But when he got the cassette. You could still get away with having a cassette back then. It was like 2000. And he was like, yo, shit is hot, man. Yo, you need to do something with this. Yo, let's do a song together. And I'm like, how are we going to do a song? We're not in the same state. He's like, man, just send me a beat and I'm going to rap on it and you rap on it too. And that at the time was like, what? We're not in the same room? You can't do that. We did that. Didn't think that was possible. Then Foreign Exchange did that too. And they just was breaking down the doors for what we was trying to do, because I knew The Listening was a real album, but they did it together. It feels like it's been, people always say it'll take your whole life to do your first album, but I wouldn't say that. I feel like it has been still a part of the 6 years it took to put out Moonlighting. It took 10 years to put this out. And I feel like every time, we still working, so it takes the same amount of time. Because I feel like Brooklyn Natty took from day one, because I feel like Brooklyn Natty was just moonlighting, but getting it right, knowing that, okay, people were listening and we know how to really do it the right way. So we got it right. And since 2001, because if I would have came out back then, I'd be embarrassed of the stuff. If that was like my first shit, I'd be embarrassed of it today. And I feel like this is Von P, When you ask somebody who was Von P, I feel like you could listen to this album and figure it out. And I have to grow before I do the next one, because what I told you here, I can't say it again next time, Because Mos Def's Brooklyn is different from Sean Price's Brooklyn. So you might be in Brooklyn thinking about Mos Def. You might be over here thinking about Sean Price. even Jay-Z's Brooklyn now. Like, there is a rich Brooklyn now. So he still represents his corner of Brooklyn. And I just try to represent mine. That's why I have, like, the bodega skits with the Dominican music in the background and stuff like that. Because I want people walk into a bodega your first time in Brooklyn and be like, oh, snap, this is like Von P's skit in real life. But that's the point, you know, for me. And I'm just fighting for my role in Brooklyn hip-hop. And next time I'll do something else. I'll talk about life outside of that. But for this time, that's what I'm fighting for.
Okay. Any parting words? One particular issue that you wanted to get out there to let people know about?
But you know, that's who I am, and that's the thing I want people to know, because you know, being in the group with Dahauns World and Pea Tanya Morgan, they from the Midwest. So it's funny how they get canceled out home and I get kind of canceled out home. When they have East Coast Showcase, they don't call me. When they have Midwest Showcase, they don't call them. We was at A3C just now in Atlanta. It's a festival in Atlanta. And we was like, yo, man, why Dahauns World ain't on this show? He's from the Midwest. He's from Ohio. And then they had the East Coast Showcase. And it's like, damn, what's up with me? You know, they always go to, you know, who are my boys? But they always be like, oh, word, we got to get Sky Zoo. We got to get Touré. We got to get Shot Stimuli. And, you know, those are my peoples. But it's like, you know, I'm from Brooklyn, too. And it'll be like, we doing a New York show. We got to get, who's hot in New York? Oh, we got to get Homeboy Sandman. We got to get Piso. And if you talk to these people, they always keep me in the loop as a Brooklyn artist, as a New York artist. But the people that put the shows on, or you know, the public or whoever, they don't always see me that way. And the same thing goes for them home. When you put together an Ohio show, and you'll have like Stolly or Fly Union and cats like that, but you won't think about Dahauns World. Put Dahauns World on the show. Put Ilyas on the show, because they rep Ohio too. And for the album, this is my I'm From New York record. And Dahauns World, he chose to do a concept, but his next album is his did I say I'm from Ohio? I don't know. This is my I'm From New York record. I don't know if I just said that. But Dahauns World's next album that's his I'm From Cincinnati album. And it's the same sound, because he is who he is, but we trying to show the pride and to not always get canceled out. And I don't even know if I fully answered the question, but that's more important to me than anything, is to just show my hometown pride, because I feel like I haven't really gotten a full chance to the public. It's been on mixtapes and stuff like that, but a real album with some push to it.
Wasn't asking, I was telling.